The sojo is not high today, but the alteration Joe, alter Joe, that's high. And of course I have added to the pile of doom. Just can't help myself, I can't stop. But I really feel like getting a couple projects done today, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's see what we can pull out and add to the fall wardrobe.
All right, pulling out the to-do pile. I've done a pretty good job not adding to it. I have to say that there are a few projects here that I am pulling out that are old and a few that I have thrifted. I just could not help myself. Out of all the things I pulled out of the bin, the first thing I'll work on are these capris that are several sizes too small, but I just couldn't say no to the checkers and the material, the feeling of the material. It's a really nice, thick, stretchy material. I love the checkers. So my plan here, I have this metallic, like light blue metallic material that's similar, and I thought I would add in a stripe down the leg. If I had like some wild orange stretchy print material, I would love to do a contrasting panel down the side in like a wild metallic orange print. I think that would look very cool. And honestly, even the blue would look pretty cool. So I might do that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll start with the center seams and we'll go from there. Let the seam ripping begin. I went ahead and seam ripped down the outside seam of both pant legs, left and right. I also seam ripped the waistband a significant bit, but I definitely did not need to do this, and I blame this brain fart on having had COVID at this time. Now that the side panels have been seam ripped, I'm going to go ahead and get my next material ready. Check this out. I must have bought this material when I was 16 maybe. $1 a yard. It's pretty great. I guess there is advantages to being old. So the seam allowance on the pants is a 1/2 inch, and I want to add on 1 inch on each side. So 1 inch plus 2 1/2 inches, I get 2 inches, so I'm cutting 2-inch wide strips of this material, and I'm going maybe 6 inches longer than the pant itself so that I have a little extra to work with. Now that I have them cut, I'm going to go ahead and serge them to finish off the clean edges. This material frayed quite a bit and was getting little metallic bits all over the place. Now that I have these serged up, I'm going to go ahead and take these strips and attach them to the pants, creating that side panel. I'll start by the center of the pant leg and start by the center of the strip itself, pin my way down towards the hem and the waistband. Once I have one side complete for each leg, I will stitch them into place and then stitch the corresponding side of the leg to the panel. Now I want to make sure not to stretch anything here and be careful about my placement so that things are laying nice and neat and flat. If I stretch one side too much, it'll create this warped look, which is exactly what happened. This can be caused by stretching out the material itself while you're pinning it, or perhaps you need to change the speed differential on your serger if you're serging it, or perhaps the pressure of the presser foot. So my plan here is to seam rip one side, repin, hopefully line things up a little bit better, and restitch. I have to say this light blue stretch metallic twill is rather challenging to work with. I have another project going that I'm using this on, and it is a bit tricky. While this is far from perfect, they are significantly better than they were before. I'm happy with this fit, so I need to finish the waistband and finish off the bottom of the pants. I still have the gap here to complete the waistband on both sides, and I haven't properly done the zipper. I just basted it into place. So I need to do that. But I have got the stripes down both sides and completed the bottoms. Well, I shouldn't say I completed the bottoms, but I'm going to have to hand stitch here on both sides, zipper, waistband, and then I'll be done. Here I'm reattaching the waistband, which I seam ripped and did not need to seam rip, so I'm going to go ahead and sew that back on. Once that's done, I will finish off the top and carry the side panels all the way up to the top and through the waistband. So I have one continuous line. I have to do that because I don't have any checker material to work with to extend the waistband, and also it just creates a nice long clean line. Only a few more things to do and this project will be complete. So I'm going to go ahead and do a herringbone stitch to the bottom hem so that it will provide some stretch horizontally. Lastly, I have the top of the pants to complete. The zipper is sewn in completely, and now I'm just sewing in a hook and eye at the top. I'm using the same hook and eye that I seam ripped off originally. Doing my best here to kind of tuck in the hook and the eye on each side into the middle of the waistband so that you can't see it so much. Ultimately, this probably would have been easier to do before I finished the waistband as much as I did. It wasn't impossible, but in retrospect, I think I might do that before I finish the waistband next time. Let's get them styled up and see how they look. Not bad, nice and casual, keeping it mellow, but I have been dying to play with some pattern clashing and some different textures, so let's see what that looks like. I thrifted this hand knit sweater a few weeks ago. I should probably wear a tank top on underneath it. It is a little bit transparent, and I think it goes really well with these pants. However, I don't know about the shoulders. I mean, I like a gathered shoulder. I appreciate the poofy sleeve, but it might be a little bit too much for me. I don't know. What do you think? If I am going to rock this out, I think we need one more thing. Very nice. I think that the matching colors in the leg warmers with the sweater just ties the whole outfit together, and of course goes well with the earth tone of the boots and plays well with the funkier plaid and metallic striping. But I think we can get a little bit more spicy. Okay, I like where this is going. Might need one more thing. All right, I think we're looking good. And you know what I love even more with this outfit is that, yep, absolutely everything that I have on, I thrifted. Let's play around a little bit more. I love to dress up. This might be my favorite because, of course, I'm wearing animal print, and I just love animal print, and I love plaid, and I love these boots. I just love it all. Again, almost an entirely thrifted outfit. What about jackets, though? Let's see. I think both work, but this tones it down just a bit more. I was really nervous when I bought these pants. I'm trying to be more conscious with my purchases because I don't have a ton of money to be spending, and I have a lot of clothes already. I don't need to add to my to-do list and grow the pile, and I didn't know if my idea was going to work. This might be one of my new favorite pieces to my wardrobe. Yeah, I will be wearing these all the time. Time for alteration number 2. All right, sorry for the feet, or you're welcome. I don't know if you can see. They're off by a significant bit. This is another pair of those McCalls pants. Can't remember what they are, but I'll put it in over here. That I altered to make a bit more form-fitting, and I also got rid of the yoke, so it's just one long piece here. All I need to do is do a closure at the top. Oh, and probably take in the sides a little bit. There's like quite a curve here to accommodate larger legs. Maybe if I just shave down so they're not snug, because these pants don't have enough stretch for that. And then obviously finish the top. Did I hem them? Yes, I did. Oh, the hems are uneven. You can tell from here. Yikes. Very uneven. Okay, that needs fixing. That's probably why they're in the to-do pile. Blarg. Initially, I will start off by trying the pants on inside out, pinning where I want to take in the side seam, marking that off with chalk, and then repinning so that everything lays nice and flat and neat. And then, of course, I'll go ahead and stitch that into place. You can see here that on my right side, I did do the alteration, and on the left you can see how baggy the pant still is. So I need to take that in. But first I want to make sure that I can stretch and move around and that the fit is good on that right leg. And clearly it is. Now I know that the fit works, I will stitch up the second leg, give things a try on, make sure that everything is working before I move on to fixing that hem. I discovered with the hem on the leg that was too long, if I simply flipped it up one more time, it was exactly the perfect length. So I went ahead and stitched that into place. I'm going to go ahead and try them on, make sure that everything is nice and even, and yep, things are looking good. So now it's time to turn my attention to the waistband. I'll mark out where I'd like my buttonholes to be. My plan is to do an invisible waistband, and so I will sew buttonholes in where the pins are, and I'll hand stitch buttons to the inside layer of the outside waistband. Now that I have my buttonholes, it's time to seam rip them. I start off on the outer edge with my seam ripper and work my way towards the center. I won't go all the way towards the center, just shy of it. Then I reinsert the seam ripper on the other side of the buttonhole, right on the outer edge, and then work towards the middle again. As I get close to the middle, I can scoot out the end of my seam ripper, the tip there, and push it all the way through. This way I don't overdo it and shoot past my buttonhole, ruining the button. Of course, you can always put a pin in it to stop you if you would like. There are many ways. You can also get a buttonhole maker. I don't know what they're called. I don't have one. Anyways, I find a seam ripper works just fine. After I do this, I'm going to want to add some fray check to help reduce any fraying at the buttonholes. After that, I will zip the pants close and mark out where I want my buttonholes to be. Now, sometimes I use chalk, sometimes I use marker. These are black pants. It's a little hard to see, so I'm using pins here and just inserting them at the exact center of the buttonhole, pushing them through, and then I'll mark them out with chalk so I know where to stitch in my buttons. Now I added the closure on the waistband. I have been wearing these. They need a wash, so they're a little bit stretched out, but the fit on the legs, much slimmer, much more flattering. I've paired it with one of my favorite go-to men's shirt alterations and a favorite pair of boots, but let's swap these out so we can check out that hem. All right, the hem is looking good, but let's take up this shirt and make it just a touch more feminine. I'm very, very happy to have taken these out of the to-do pile. The alterations were so simple. It came together very quickly. I had been dragging my feet. Really, really stupid thing to procrastinate on, but now I'm done, and another lovely print to add to my fall wardrobe to help mix things up, liven up the wardrobe, and create some unique pairings. All in all, I am super pleased with my 2 alterations. Now I do have a few more alteration videos coming up, so be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, happy sewing. Bye!